Hey Lenny, thanks so much for that text message that you sent me from your dad's phone. That was really nice. Sorry I've been a little bit slow on getting back to you on the video that I said I would send you for stuff to practice while I'm gone. Anyway, here it is. So I'm sure you remember some of the basic stuff that we talked about last time. You know, the really basic rock groove is with the bass drum on the 1 and the 3 and the snare drum on the 2 and the 4, and then eighth notes on the hi-hat. I know that sounds confusing when I say it, but it's simple. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know I had you playing that already. Some other ones that you can mess with. I'm not expecting you to do all this stuff while I'm gone. If you get a chance to, or you feel like what we worked on last time is like not challenging enough, I'm just going to give you some ideas of stuff to mess with. Another one is putting the bass drum on the and of 3 as well, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Another one is putting an extra snare drum on the and of 2, meaning 1 and 2 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oh yeah, and by the way, I want to make sure that you don't get in the habit of holding your sticks wrong. So remember, when you're holding your sticks, you want them to look somewhat like this. They sort of can go off to the side a little bit, and your wrist should be moving up and down like so. You can use your fingers to move the stick a little bit. That's good if you can get in the habit of that. Anyway, so if you get sort of bored of messing with these ones, you can try putting 16th notes in between hi-hats, meaning notes with either your snare drum or your bass drum that fall in between the hi-hat notes. So for example, you do yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that. We're going to be doing those at some point anyway, so if you're confused about what any of that was, don't worry about it, because we'll get to it. And then just for fun, for stuff to mess with when you're just playing around, is try to put your crash cymbal. I think you have a crash ride, which is a cymbal that's like a combination of this cymbal and this cymbal. But try to do fills and land them with a bass drum on your 1 beat. So when you play that cymbal, play it with a kick drum. So. That cymbal in other ways too. You can start your fills with it, but try to make sure you end your fill with one. So. Just some things to mess with. Yeah, since you're already sort of what's the word? Where you sort of both your right and your left hands work pretty equally well. This is not something that I'll have to hound you on, because I'm sure you'll be able to do it pretty easily. But don't just play with your hands crossed over. With your for you, it would be your left hand on your hi-hat and your right hand on your snare drum. Also switch them so that they're, instead of just like this, they're also like this, and you play with the other hand, your right hand on your hi-hat and your left hand on your snare. Anyway, my man, I will be back soon, so I will go over any of this stuff with you, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, man.